Yo, what's up guys, Dragonball here for another Dragon Ball Legends video. Today we're gonna do another top 10 for this end of March 2026 year, featuring the new Legend Super Saiyan 3 Mini Goku. And I'm gonna keep it up here because I forgot to talk about them as well. Yeah. As always, I don't own every single character here on this list. So there will be units that I can only judge based on fighting them, and therefore maybe I don't have, for example, the quote-unquote best setup for every single team. Some units I don't have necessarily high stars, so this could also affect the ranking here from myself, so keep that in mind. So yeah, your opinion may differ from mine. Let me know in the comments at the end of the day what you guys think. But let's start. We're starting up down here with the number 10, going up to number 1. As usual. Starting with the number 10 spot here, we have Future Gohan. And the main reason is hybrids. It is very simple. He's on hybrids. Right, because right now the best teams in the game are Regen, hybrids, the Vegito Sun Fem combination, and the Daima-ish team. Let's just call it like that. So these are the teams. If you're one on those teams' core, you are probably making it the top 10 right now. Now obviously all these teams are differently good, but yeah, Future Gohan is on hybrids. He's the third on hybrids. You're running Trunks, you're running Gohan, the blue one, and then you're on Future Gohan to support. And for second life mechanic as the second one as well as being yellow, so a bit helpful against Vegito. Not necessarily enough obviously, but good enough at this point where I'm putting it number 10, because the other units, while there are some units that you could argue are good, they are not core on any team that exists and is considered the best team in the game. So yeah, Future Gohan is making a spot here for me. Nothing much else to say. It's not like he's a crazy unit or of some sort. He's just core on one of the best teams in the game. Yeah. Next unit who's also just core on one of the best teams in the game, Namek Goku. Obviously gaining value with being good against Super Saiyan 3 Mini Goku, because I mean, if you look at this guy's kit right here, you have type neutrality on entries here, but it's cancelable, so you can just lock this guy in, go for a blue card, type advantage, do damage, potentially fading him, and also once he's used the second time his lock in, you have endurance null on entry, so if you go for a lock in blue card endurance null, this guy can't counter it, since also his buff removal is only on big moves, not on blue cards. So obviously gaining value, obviously main corner one of the better teams in the game, but he's squishy as hell. For some units he's even outright snappable like Kid Buu, so I'm not regarding him that high. He's only core on one team. He's not bad there, but yeah, that's a spot. Obviously healing, supporting, doing everything kind of kit is still crazy, damage is still solid, defenses are horrible at this point, but good enough to make me the top 10. Potentially could be talking about number 8 here even, but I'm gonna keep it at 9. So yeah, this is Namek Goku. You all know this guy, he's been out here since Legends Anniversary last year, so at this point it's too long. So yeah, I'm not gonna go deep on this guy. You know all his mechanics. We move into the next one, being Piccolo. Piccolo is an odd case of, he's a good unit. Like, despite being number 8, he's a good unit, alright? It's just, not only is Regen probably the team you see the least, Piccolo's not performing his best on Regen. It's just how it is. He has a good color, being blue. which is, if you're not running against Trunks, you're basically free. So this guy can do good damage, obviously. Not the greatest taking, very good second life mechanic, which is also very good against Trunks, because if Trunks uses his Sword of Hope thing on Piccolo, he's not gonna die to that, so that's helpful. But yeah, there's not much to say. He's just core on Regen. He doesn't have any other team. Regen is not like the most played team. I think Regen right now is pretty underrated, but it's a good team still. One of the best teams in the game. Not gonna change. It's not gonna change with this release, or didn't change at all in my opinion. It's just the point of him not being the best on Regen, in combination of Regen being not the most used team, is to a point where I have to put him at number 8. I think the other units are a bit more relevant, and it's not like Piccolo is like a game-changing unit. Like, he's a good unit, but not a game-changing one. And on Regen, people are thinking about putting sometimes Gohan over Piccolo, so there's not really much reason to run Piccolo right now, I would say. Not a bad unit though. I would say still, again, if you're not fighting hybrids, he's mostly free. This is a good unit being at number 8. So this is not an oh Piccolo sucks, he's at number 8. It's a, I'll be honest, most of the units here are good right now. Like, it's not like Future Gohan is trash. You can talk about the damage, but the support for the hybrid scene is, at the end of the day, really good. Namegoku second life mechanic, KO guard is at the end of the day really good as well with lock-in and stuff like that. So, yeah, number 8 Piccolo, not gonna move him higher probably. I will say some of these spots were very difficult for me to rank because I wasn't very sure, and you will see this with the next pick being Trunks. Now, to make this very clear, he's not number 7 because I think Goku is punching this guy out of his world. It's absolutely not like that. I think, obviously, because if we have another purple, it hurts Trunks a bit, but Goku is not that kind of level that outright destroys Trunks in seconds like Vegeta does. And he has only one ultimate, which is not type neutral. Like, if we look at this guy's kit, again, you look at the ultimate, you don't have any type neutrality. So, you pop your main and you're going for the ultimate with against this guy, Future Gohan is just gonna switch in, type disadvantage, he's gonna eat it. So, the threat this guy proposes to this guy in comparison to Vegito, it's not even close. So, like, Vegito is like far big superior issue against this guy or hybrids, because if you're popping your main and using your ultimate with full unique gauge, you're type neutral, uncancelable, no one stops this. But this guy, you can easily eat that off. So he has only one ultimate, this guy has later on in the game 2, so he doesn't get as hurt. But there are a few reasons why I have him 2 spots lower. For one, I have other units a bit higher than him that were not there before. That's number 1. Number 2, he's only on hybrids, and I don't think hybrids is like the perfect team. It's a good team, but it's not a perfect team. So yeah, that's number 2. And number 3, obviously having a second purple hurts him a bit. As well as I think there's one other thing which I'm going to talk about next that can influence this guy's performance potentially. Not always, but it's I would say it's actually have an effect on a lot of units. But I will also say number 5 to number 7 is a range where I can understand if you order this around differently. This was really a tough decision between 5, like number 2 to number 4 was hard, number 5 to number 7 was hard, then the rest 3 were pretty easy for me. So, because these 3 I think you can potentially swap differently, and these 3 I think you can potentially swap differently. Number 1 there, that's the only one on the list where I'm like, he's gonna stay there, I don't care. But Trunks could be potentially still argued at the number 5 spot. I don't think he got hurt that much. But yeah, I'm moving out to the other 2 units so you guys understand a bit why they're where they are. And I'm picking both units because they're basically tied into, and that's Goku and Vegeta. Crazy that I'm putting this guy at number 5, by the way. Now, who am I starting even? At this point I have to talk about both anyway, but you know, the thing with Goku is he's a solid, good damaging character, nothing against him at all. The fact that his endurance on the blue card is also very useful, not against a lot of units, but some. But the main thing that's even putting this guy up is this here. Where is it? Yeah, if there's at least one other ally battle member timer, overdrive, gauge, charge rate plus 50%. As well as also all his, I think, green and blue, no, just the blue, providing overdrive, gauge, charge plus 20%. And the reason why this is so important is because of this guy, because if you look at this guy now, yeah, going to Daima quickly and this Vegeta. On Rising Version, Overdrive attack duration activates twice. Destroy entire hand and he draws every single card in game. Nullify endurance free timer counts uncancelable. And I think this guy has an... No, he doesn't have an extra damage for Overdrive, but... The thing with this is... Overdrive is like the one and only mechanic there's no subcom manipulation against. And if this guy goes for an Overdrive against an endurance unit and he kills them, they're gone. This inflicts Trunks, this hurts Gohan, Vegito, Kid Buu, and did I miss anybody? No, that's like 4 units that get hurt by it. Oh, and this guy, by the way. 5 units that get hurt by this ability. And you have no subcom manipulation against it. Like, let's just say you're fighting hybrids, okay? You're fighting hybrids. This Gohan switches out. You're going for an overdrive, and you can't use your subcom manipulation because there's no subcom manipulation against overdrive. Well, Gohan and Trunks might potentially be dead, straight up, because a lot of units don't really tank well, and Vegeta is an A tier boost, and right now, so he does actually damage. He did damage before, but now he's also doing better damage in combination with having easier access to overdrive, thanks to this guy. And if you don't have like KO guard, you basically kill their endurance unit, and they can't do nothing about it. So that's if you ask me, a pretty damn strong reason for this guy to be higher up. And obviously this guy's Sword of Hope mechanic is really strong and stuff, but I think the fact that I can use Endurance Null pretty early in the game, potentially killing some of the best units in the game, is a bit of a hard thing that, in terms of value, to really overshadow. And this Goku is helping as a fuel, has obviously good damage, you know. His disrupt is sometimes kinda annoying to deal with. And now you may say, but wait, who is Daima's third? You're not gonna use... This is not the perfect third character, is it? Or Tamagami number 2, and I'm just like... It's Gohan. Because if you want it, I think the best setup, which I can't run because I don't have Gohan, but I even said this the moment I first read his kit. Run these two, put Vegeta in the Leer slot, and build a Sun Family bench. You can do that. Like, I can show you this right here, Sun Fam. Where is he? So Vegeta's leader slot, obviously. And you can have, where is he? This guy, who is on Zenkai buffing, his ability, Sun Family, but his Zenkai ability is Yellow Saiyans. So Vegeta gets a Zenkai buff there. Then you can run, for example, Blue Pan for Gohan, and then a purple Sun Family Zenkai bench for this Goku. Bam, you have a team. And what's even more annoying is the fact that if you're switching from Gohan into this guy, you will increase their sub counts by like what? 50 here, and then Gohan gives like what, extra 10 arts cards increase every time a combo stops, so the moment you switch out of him. So you have a 60 cost arts cost increase with these two together. You are locked in because Gohan switches out, you're getting locked in for free time accounts, and you're losing 35 ki. And your one card gets destroyed. Good luck continuing a combo if this happens. This might be the single most annoying combo stop we have in the game, besides Buhan. Because you're losing ki, you have insane high arts cost, and you're locked in, so you can't like just switch out to another unit. And this is also important, because this guy lowers sub counts on big moves for allies. This means he doesn't need to be in standby. He can be on the battlefield or on standby. He will lower this every single time by 5 against Ultimate, Breaking Out the Rising Rush, and this guy has -5 sub counts on big moves and blue cards as well. So you will always be able to switch this guy in against big moves. So I think this is a good trio. This is why I think they have a reason to be here. If they didn't have a Gohan as their third, I would probably put them lower because they're missing a third unit. But you build a strike-based team. Vegeta is obviously not going to be as strong on strike area, but the overdrive and rush can make up for it. And yeah, this is the reason why Vegeta is, in my opinion, a bit better than Goku, because he has a better meta-defining ability than Goku does, because Goku doesn't really have a meta-defining ability himself. Like, overdrive for him is like, if overdrive without this guy, that doesn't really matter. I would even say Goku without Vegeta is like here, because if you're not running these two together, why don't you run Vegito? There is like literally no reason to run this guy besides in combination with this guy to use overdrive to kill your enemies. So yeah, this is why they're tied together, because this guy's value is like basically what keeps this guy, in my opinion, to be really good and relevant. Is the main reason I'm putting Vegeta over him. And then you could argue maybe, okay, Trunks here or there, potentially, but again, this is hurting Trunks, this is hurting this guy, this is hurting Vegito sometimes, we'll come to that later, and Kid Buu, and even Buhan, bro. Like, Buhan switches in, you're going full overdrive, you're getting a blue card, you're getting type neutrality, there's a good chance Buhan dies, because Buhan is kind of frail. Which is also, I have to say, and this is a thing about Vegeta, I still don't like this character, that he's a blast-based unit, because why the hell is he? Everything on Daima strike-based except him, it makes no sense. He still doesn't have card draw speed, which is a baseline thing every unit in the game should have. We are in 2026 and a LF/Legend or Ultra with no card draw speed. And I know, full unique gauge green card gives you double card draw speed. No, that's just stupid. You should have base card draw speed. End of story. I still think his tanking sucks, by the way, because 250% damage guard is just simply not enough, which is crazy to think about how, because like they jumped insanely high when it comes to damage numbers. I don't know why they did that, because a character like this guy can tank, and his unique gauge is reliant on him tanking. I have him 8 stars, bro. He gets free carded by Gohan potentially, so and this is the main reason why he's in such an, he could be 5, but he could also be 7 area, because if he had better tanking, I would be like, he's number 5 for sure, but because he's not, and this guy doesn't lower sub counts against blue cards, if you're unlucky, you can get killed by blue cards pretty easily. So primarily this guy. Even the blue card from this guy does like a lot of damage against Vegeta. Like, Vegeta doesn't have good tanking. So yeah, that's the thing with Vegeta. Keep him at number 5 though. And again, just because he's there doesn't mean I'm all of a sudden a Vegeta, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta fan. I have been complaining about this guy for a while. I'm still standing to the things because his base kit have some issues that shouldn't exist. But yeah, these two, number 5 and 6, again, this guy, I would say relying on this guy, otherwise you just run Vegito. Simple answer. Alright, moving now to number 4, I have Buuhan. Yeah, Buuhan is the only red in this meta. He is a good one in this meta. He's Corn Regen, his counter can straight up win you games. But, yeah. Again, I said this area is like debatable for me, but I think this guy's ability is actually a bit hurtful for him, because and we get also the next unit I'm going to talk about, because here's the thing with Regen. You have Piccolo there as your indestructible guy, which is great, but the issue is you have no subcom manipulation on either Kid Buu or Piccolo, so or only Buuhan. So if you're switching out of Piccolo, this guy comes in for a rush, you're losing a character. You can't lower your subcounts by 10 with any of these guys on Regen. So this is the main problem, I would say, for Regen if you're facing this Daima-ish setup. But Regen can also destroy this team because they have no counter to the next character I'm going to talk about, which is Kid Buu. Yeah, sorry keeping this so short because, I mean, he's been out for a while. He has a Endurance No Green, which is really good. He has counter gauge, he does a lot of damage, he's frail as hell, so sometimes if you're not careful, he could die very easily. Nothing much to say about Buuhan. He has the potential to be the number 2 unit up to number 4. Could be anything here, honestly. But he's also the only red, so if you're not facing him, a unit like Kid Buu just runs freely in the game. No counters at all. And the thing about Kid Buu is he's straight up immune to his thing for 60 timer counts. He's also straight up immune to his ability to cost increase for 60 timer counts and this guy. And he can snap kill this guy. I have moments where this guy gets his endurance popped in the first 15 timer counts of the match, and if I get a way of dealing with his Sword of Hope thing, Kid Buu is just nuking, for example, hybrids. Now obviously he can get killed by hybrids. The best teams in the game can all kill each other, just gonna say that. So Kid Buu, in my opinion, is still very strong. If you want to argue Buuhan over him, you can, but in my opinion, because Buuhan is just more rare and the only red, Kid Buu is much freer to use. He is immune to 90% of the bullshit of most units in the game. Like, even if you destroy his cards or lower his ki a bit, bro, as long as it's double card draw speed but a full unique gauge, he will get cards and ki back anyway. And he has a sniping blue, which can hurt some, but for example, these 2 units. So again, very strong unit. I think this character is heavily underrated. Like, I would say Regen, the whole team is underrated. The damage that they do, the abilities that they have, I don't think people are just so much on Vegito. Like, don't get me wrong, Vegito is a good unit. You can guess who's the next he could be number 2 or number 1. I mean, not much, a lot of options you could put in here. Gohan as well, obviously very strong. But I think Regen is underrated as hell. This team still packs the damage, the disruption, and lock-ins and everything. And those 2 have AoE ultimates, so keep that also in mind. So, but yeah, not enough of Regen glazing here. Again, number 3, number 4. They, in my opinion, could be argued also number 2, but I have, for a specific reason, the number 2 unit here, and that's Vegito. there's not a lot to say about Vegito. He does big damage. He does the most damage in the game. There's nothing else to say about Vegito. However, and I think this is the main reason I put Vegito now over these two guys. You know, the funny thing is, those two have endurance. He can cancel their endurance with an overdrive or rush. But there's one key point that Vegito has over these guys. He has Namegoku on the team. That's it. KO guard. You're going for an overdrive with this guy, you're killing him, okay, KO guard, you're good. Or you're rushing this guy, cover change, Gohan comes in immediately, you're good. Getting a position where you can outright kill Vegito on his team with this guy is not that easy in comparison to Regen. Like, you're switching out of this guy, you're rushing, you're safe. Against his team, either Gohan is gonna switch in, you have KO guard. So obviously he has more yellows to deal with. In comparison, I mean, there's a lot of yellows on this list. Or I will say, Future Gohan is just there, not really hindering him, but there are a lot of yellows on the list. But I think he's just, yeah, he's definitely the most not the. Is he the most? I think he's the most used unit in the game right now. And I think for this reason of survivability against that combo alone, and I know I'm dealing like that this is the craziest thing in the game, it's not, but it's a plus point he has over these two. To a point where I'd say, okay, you could argue Vegito over them. Although I will say, again, Regen against this team is very good. So now obviously his team can kill Regen, but Regen has a better time against their team because Namegoku, Kyoga gets easily sniped, and then you have two units who are, every unit is basically fraud victim to Kid Buu, bro. Like it's just, but also you could say Gohan can kill Regen, so you get what I'm saying. Anyway, Vegito's number 2 here. Number 1 is Gohan. I don't think this is even negotiable. Like, I don't think this is an, oh, you could put Vegito. Nah, I don't think it is. Vegito has one team. Gohan has every team. Every team. He's with him, and he's with these. You can run Gohan on the team. He's not the most optimal there, but he is definitely usable there. He's on their team. He's on hybrids. I'm sorry. I know Vegito does the craziest damage in the game, but I want to remind you guys, he has to deal with 1 yellow, 2 yellow, 3 yellow, potentially if you ever run in this guy 4 yellows. Gohan has to deal with Trunks. Woohoo. Seriously, I have Trunks at 8 stars, Gohan does not care. Gohan does not care. He has the easiest time to do combos. If he doesn't have his full unique gauge, can just get rid of the key reduction, cost increase bullshit most of the units have. And I'm using these two right now. Gohan does not care about their disrupt. Gohan does not care. He doesn't care about any of these guys' cost increase shenanigans. Oh, destroy one card on cover change? Congratulations, he's throwing a new card and gets 30 key. Gohan doesn't care. And he still does absurd amounts of damage, he still does support, he still has the best second life mechanic in the game, next to Indestructible, so there's that. I mean, KO guard is the best second life mechanic in the game, but you know what I mean, it's better than Endurance. So if Trunks goes for a Sword of Hope thing, and he takes it, yes, he will heal less, but trust me, if you don't catch him soon enough, he will heal more than enough. As well as supporting, as well as having the airy green, as well as having a bunch of blue cards and green cards and subcount manipulation. This unit does too much, bro. Like, in comparison to every single unit here, except maybe Namegoku, he does the most things. The best disrupt, the best combos, best survival mechanics. Gohan is the best character in the game, in my opinion. I don't care what anybody says. He's the best. Too many. The thing is with him, it's not just that he's just so good individually. He is just too damn flexible. He's on every single. If you're not gonna, unless you want to call pure teams with no leader slot stuff, but he's basically on every best team in the game. With no exception. Maybe Regen, the only one you could say, okay, Piccolo there, but everything else, he is on the best teams in the game. He has only one counter unit, which you don't see every single time. If you're not seeing Trunks, this guy is free to run and to do damage and to combo you forever. I want this unit out of the game. And by the way, and I said this forever, two things. Number one, if he gets a proper hybrid team, he's the best unit in the game. That's the first thing I said. And the second thing I said is GT Forku was necessary, because look at what this guy can do if he doesn't have a green that stops his combos. He combos forever. It's not fun fighting against this guy. You can't stop him. I hate him. Get him off the game. Worst really. It's crazy to me that now I have to say, if I have to redo my top 5 most hated units in Dragon Ball Legends of 2025, he might be number 1. He would definitely be over Namek Goku, because he's living too long for his own good. But anyway, yeah, we're moving away from that. He's number 1 unit in the game. If you want to, I'm not even gonna debate. If anyone wants to put these guys over, I would be saying no, not changing that. End of story. Don't care. I'm sorry. He's too good of a unit. Vegito does more damage than him, yes, but that's it. Name anything Vegito does better than Gohan besides damage. Name anything. Disrupting, Gohan better. Second life mechanic, Gohan better. Teams, Gohan better. Everything. This was a long Gohan is the best unit of the game, but debate here, but I want to make this very, very clear why I see it that way. And if it's not clear enough, then I don't know. Then I can't help you. I'm sorry. Honorable mention, you guys, and then we end this here real quick. UI Goku, he is a good unit with no team. The unfortunate reality. If he had a proper team, I would put him this high easily. Because here's the thing. Snap potential on this guy. 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 Immune to his counter gauge stability. He can stop the combos. Like, he would be easily top 4 in the game if he had a proper team. But he doesn't. And therefore, he is just only there. I know people will probably put him over Gohan and stuff, but I don't see this guy and he has no team. It's just how it is. Gotenks, I still think Gotenks is a solid unit that you can use, but at this point I don't see him that often, and he's just not used that often. He's not like core on any team. You can argue in the hybrids, you can run him with Vegito, but he's not necessary. I'm gonna talk about you last. No, I'm gonna talk about you last. Daima Forku, you can run him, but he's definitely not top 10. But you can run him, I think. You can run him together with these two guys. I'm doing that right now. I've pulled some more copies. You can run him there. He's okay, if I'm being generous, okay? He's okay. Android 13, if you don't have any third character for your region powerful opponent setup, this is your unit, but nothing crazy there. Gogeta, honestly Gogeta, it's time to go. I'm sorry. You don't have the defense nor the team to really be talked about anymore. Tamagami number 1. A very good 1% sparking that I wished had card draw speed, because he doesn't have it, as well as a bit better defenses, man. Like, better defense stats. Like, this guy's 280% damage guard. So when it comes to the numbers, the damage numbers, and abilities and everything, I think this is a very good 1% sparking. They did that very well. Wish his defenses would be a bit better. And I have him like, what, 11, 12 stars at this point, so I can say that. But he's okay. I'm not dissatisfied with him. He's not making the top 10, but he's obviously usable. I will have a Tamagami video coming up, like a triple Tamagami team. It was fun. I think I never had this much fun in Legends for a while using a team. Because it's not just typical, oh, use the best unit, it's just 1% sparkings on a team actually working. When is the last time in Legends we even had this situation where you could say there is a 1% sparky team that you can run? Not talking about being the best unit team in the game, but you can run that team actually. It's not the best team, but you can run it. That's a W. No one can say otherwise. And then we have Vegeta and Trunks, who are the different. And yeah, what can I say? I said this at the very beginning, ever since the Zenkai got announced. Absolutely wrong timing for the Zenkai. The Zenkai is okay. It's not bad, but it's not good enough though. And they have no proper team build for them. So, and now we're in a Daima campaign where they're not core on any team, get no help, and if the next 1-2 new campaigns are not helping this character, they're gonna rot. Nice Zenkai. It should have been Goku Black. But, yeah, Legends indecision. Team making issue. Yeah, but anyway, let me know what you guys think about the Dragon Ball Legends top 10 tier list here from my end. And see you guys in the next video.